Thank you for staying with us. From forests and villages, bandits are gradually taking their attacks to cities. On Tuesday, bandits struck in Sokoto State capital, killing an official of the Nigerian Civil Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. Meanwhile, the Katsina State House of Assembly has told Governor Aminu Bello Masari that shutting down of telecommunications network is worsening the security situation in the states. The lawmakers says bandits now attack communities in broad daylight due to absence of network. Hence, they want the shutdown to end. Now, we thought shutting down of this telecommunication helped at the initial stage, as in to claim their ransom, to get the locations where military guys want to raid, intend to raid and everything. But right now, it's now becoming, some people claim it's now becoming a kind of painful exercise.
You know, actually, initially, when we discussed this thing, I did mention that this can only be a short-term solution. Because shutting down telecommunication on its own has its own adverse effects, even on the people. You get it? Because even if it works, there is no guarantee also that the bandits are not going to seek another way of circumventing the government's action, which they have done now. Because I learned they have they've relocated, they are using telecommunication facilities in neighboring countries to facilitate whatever activity they are undergoing, which means that shutting down that telecommunication, you can't shut down telecommunication in the entire world. You are limited, you can only do it in your state. And because
maybe the next
they understand
in another,
they understand that they can always another, you get it, telecommunication mast in another country can even have signals near wherever they are staying.
Yes, there was a time I went to the Republic of Benin, I bought their MTN, and I was still receiving
your calls.
Yes, on their MTN down to Nigeria, down to Oshodi. Yes.
So you can now imagine how ineffective that could be. Apparently, it worked initially in that they were able to, you know, locate some people that were kidnapped. But I think as of the time we did that, we ought to have been working on other methods of combating these bandits, rather than just staying on a particular measure. Because from what we can see now, we can see that the bandits are probably ahead of our security operatives in their own response to whatever effort the government is putting in place. You think you are shutting down telecommunications, but they have gone ahead to use telecommunication facilities in other neighboring countries to go ahead with their activities. So, besides, people are suffering. People in distress can't even call for help because they also rely on these same telecommunication devices. So it's like, it's not easy. But apparently with the level of killings that have been taking place now, we can see that this method hasn't worked, because before the NDDC official was killed, I think September 28th, about 16 people were killed in the same Sokoto, including policemen, including soldiers, including NSDCC officials too. So it means that whatever it is not working. It is not working, and we just have to do something else. We have to look for solution, and we have to do that fast enough, because apparently these killings can't continue.
Lekon, when you look at Sokoto now gradually becoming a kind of hotbed for this bandits and terrorist attack, because Sokoto has not been in the mix before now. So all of a sudden, we know Zamfara, regular customer, Kaduna, Niger, Katsina. But all of a sudden now, the level of attack, the level of killings in Sokoto State is now becoming almost unbearable.
Well, cancer spreads gradually. And I think that is what we are dealing with right now. To add a little to what BC had just said. One, we have a Minister of Communication and Digital Economy. And it's a strategic security appointment. Such that, and this is somebody who is trained in cyber security things, who should be able to give more serious, counsel to our defense team. One, two. The first time I saw Turaya in my life was in Sokoto Airport.
That's the satellite phone?
Yes, sir. At that time, before GSM.
Oh, before 2001.
So that tells you how sophisticated some people are in that area. And then three, there's roaming of phones. I recall one day I was in Lagos, took a flight to Heathrow Airport. At that time, I didn't even know that my phone had been automatically roamed.
It will.
As soon as the plane touched ground at Heathrow, a text message came in.
Yes, welcome to.
I didn't ask anybody to tell me. I didn't ask anybody to roam my phone. It has been roamed automatically.
I think they have like a kind of pacts with some telecoms.
So they conclude on your behalf.
Yes,
you don't know. So wherever you find yourself.
Yes.
Then, 4. Osama bin Laden. And wait, before I go there, when you take a Uber and you call and you book a ride, from your phone, you will be seeing the movement, I think, of the vehicle.
The vehicle, yes.
And when he picks you up, they will even tell you 10 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and so
to the destination.
And then when he picks you, as you are going towards your destination, you will be seeing as you are moving. Then number 5, when Osama bin Laden was going to be taken out, it was a phone call that El Baghdadi, the head of his security team in his house, went to make like you are living in Lagos now, you went to Mowe to go and make a call. And usually when they make a call, they cut the SIM card and throw it away, or even burn it, so there will be no trace. But luckily for them, the government of Pakistan, or the telephone service providers, had given some of these numbers to the security outfit. So America knew. So as soon as El Baghdadi made a phone call from one of the phones, immediately America heard and they picked him, and their satellite beamed on him straight to where he was living, and that was how eventually they picked up. But what am I driving at is that I'm shocked that the whole federal government of Nigeria came with the idea of shutting down telecommunications, something that should even be used to trace these people. But somebody has told me that this government is probably not serious about taking out these bandits and the rest of them. Because the device on their hand, you recall that bin Laden will not use telephone.
He wasn't using telephone.
Anything, it was offline, completely.
It wasn't on internet.
Because he knew he's an engineer, and because he knew that they can trace him. So what are we talking about? I just think we're not serious about fighting this banditry and insurgency and the rest of them. That's what I think.
Because what the telecommunication network is worsening the security situation. What they are complaining now, that the lawmaker says bandits now attack communities during broad daylight.
Because the people cannot call
due to absence of network.
So nobody be able
to. Yeah, because you can't even. When the telecommunication was working, they could at least call and say that probably security operatives didn't arrive on time or whatever. But they could still call, and they could be lucky to get up. But as it is now, they are helpless. They can't even call anybody. You see, this is a retrogressive way of solving problems.
Exactly.
That is the truth. Is the truth. Okay, why do we register mobile numbers? Why? Why do we register mobile numbers?
That's the point. With our photographs.
With our photographs and your everything.
And our street address.
Everything. Why do we do that? It's to be able to track people that are committing.
What's the essence of the
yes.
NIM?
What is the essence? Now,
yes.
if truly our mobile lines are truly registered,
Good question. Good
as government made us to believe, then it shouldn't be this difficult to track these people.
That's right.
It's obvious that something is wrong somewhere. It is either we are deceiving ourselves by telling ourselves that we register our numbers, or we know the people we are trying to close our eyes. Because I don't think it should be this difficult. In fact, we should be using technology to fight crime. We should even be using more of technology to fight crime than guns. But as it appears to me that we prefer to put our soldiers, our security operatives on the line, even in places where we could have made use of technology, which I think we need to improve upon. That is what is happening. It's the same thing with corruption. When you apply technology in fighting corruption, you reduce it, you curb it. Exactly. But when you prefer to do it physically, it will continue to spread. Exactly. So I think we should be talking about use of more technology in solving our problems. We have gotten to that point.
Because we can say it's all cases that we have that they use foreign lines and anything. We have some kidnapping that will even happen in the south here, some, middle belts, and they use the conventional GSM to ask, to demand for ransom.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And we started this.
And then we are acting as if we don't know how to track them. Listen, just as this is hinting at, we need to deploy personnel that understand this new technology. As far back as in the 70s, I knew that America was employing people with PhDs into their army. PhDs in computer science in their army. PhD in mathematics for precision thinking and planning, such that they understand. I'm sure you probably have heard this, that when a hacker is picked up, rather than
Let's pick this call. Obi is calling us from Abakaliki in Ebonyi State.
Yes.
Thank you for staying with us, Obi.
Yeah. Good evening, my people.
Good evening, Obi.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Please, I want to contribute. I want to say that the problem we are having is that there is no political will. There is no will to do this job. It seems as if that the government, they don't want to do anything about these people. Because you can't tell me that if it is in the southeast, why can't they use that way they use them fighting IPOP people to fight these people? Is there anything that they are hiding that they don't just...
Thank you, Obi, for your contribution. Obi said, why is it that they can't use the
same way I'm asking
IPOB people
to send 34,000 police officers to Anambra State to police election, and you can't find security men to deal with this issue. You understand? Just as he has said, it appears there's no political will, there's no intention to curb this thing, and some people have said, there's something wrong with groupthink. When we have about 21 or 22 security positions, and about 18 or so of those positions are zoned to a particular section of the country. Now, because they have the same cultural background, because they have the same religious background, because they have the same regional orientation, there will be agreement among themselves. Now, they do not have to be mischievous. That is just the way they are. That is just the you understand what I'm saying? It's just the upbringing. So they naturally will take a position, that, if you just, well, I think I read sometime ago that a southern officer who either, I guess they dismissed him or he left or whatever it is, said that while he and some people from the south were prosecuting the Boko Haram shooting another day, some of the officers were calling them and saying, we are killing our people. So that's another issue that we are dealing with. So the people, Bello Masari, governor of Katsina State, captured this very well. He said the heads of securities agencies, most of them are from the north. People who are being the victims, kidnapped and so on, most of them are from the north. Do you understand? He said, so what are we talking about? Does it look like as if these people do not want to take action to solve this problem? And it's already going around. Last week, I read in the news, I think it was one of these newspapers, that some people were picked up. They were driving in a Danfo bus, three vehicles, 2 of them escaped, with arms and daggers. They were picked up by the Amotekun in Ondo State. 2 of them escaped. Where are they now? Nobody knows. And then those people said they will hand them over to the police. Have they handed them over to the police? What has happened after that? We have not heard anything.
I saw that video. It was quite terrifying.
So it's spreading, like I said, this is cancer that is spreading gradually.
Young men.
I think there is a psychology behind banditry that we also need to attack. You see, there could be a kind of sympathy towards bandits.
Yes.
It's possible that probably the people in government also recognize their failure towards these people, and they think that probably they are also victims of the Nigerian society.
As Sheikh Gumi is arguing,
exactly,
that you should not even call them bandits.
Bandits, exactly.
They are criminals.
Exactly.
Okay. I have Ekene from the city of billionaires, Inewi, Anambra State.
Good evening.
Good evening, Ekene. How is Inewi today?
Fine. Inewi is good. Anambra State is good. Good evening.
Calm now. Okay, go ahead, please.
Thank you very much for your program. I always follow your program every evening. You guys are doing well. I know it's not around today, but they are doing well.
Thank you.
So what I'm saying is, let them use the force that they are using in Anambra State, because we are in Anambra State. We know what we are experiencing in Anambra State, and we are not happy the situation that is going on in the north, because they are our brother too. We are not happy about the situation, so they should put more force. Just like one of your colleagues are saying that it's like we are deceived by the register of NN and the phone, because we all know that in this part of the country, before you will know it, even before you make a call, they will see everything that concerns. I don't know what is happening in the north. So I don't know what is really happening, whether they are deceiving themselves. I don't really know whether those people that are using those networks, are they not registered? They should do something about it.
Thank you, Kene.
Well, I just think that we should treat criminality as criminality. I think that is the basis. Are
you insinuating in any way that government is holding back?
No,
if
you listen to Sheikh Gumi, and you also look at the activities of even Governor Masari himself in the past, you can see that there is this kind of, not an affinity, but maybe a sympathy.
No, for Governor Masari, I will tell you that at least we've been following his activity. I will tell you that it is that of passion for peace.
Exactly.
He wants peace. That was why he initiated the amnesty program, and the amnesty program failed, and right now he's frustrated. He's not in any way in bed with this bandits.
No, the point I'm making is that, you know, if you look at the way you want peace, I started by saying that just treat criminals as criminals. Don't negotiate with criminals.
He didn't have the capacity.
Let us even imagine. Let us imagine that bandits are armed robbers. Do you go to bed with armed robbers because you want peace?
For his own case, he's the chief executive officer of the state, So
I know that even
he had no control.
The best thing he tried, it's not working.
Yes.
He has tried his best, but it's not working, and he doesn't even have control over this situation.
And he's not even enjoying the advantage of that state being the state of Mr. President.
Unfortunately, and that is where people will continue to wonder why this is happening.
Don't you remember the day the president visited the state?
And
that was the day
they still abducted
Friday, the Kangara, what's the name of that?
The Kangara boys.
They picked those little boys, those children. You know, what Masari has done, he has told us, as I said earlier on, the people who are kidnapping people are from the north. The people, in this case, the people who are the victims are from the north. And those who are heading the security outfit, most of them are from the north.
At the national level.
At the national level. That was the understanding. And the Constitution says that when a governor gives a directive to a commissioner of police, Constitution, not just law, Constitution says the commissioner of police should liaise with the president, meaning IG, before he can take any action. So it's a lie when they call governors chief security officers of their states. It's a bloody lie. Whoever is calling them that is just fooling them. The earlier, many of them understand that they are not chief security officers.
They know.